Guys, reborn here for a quick farm doing the skeleton farm right outside of Nebo Terrace, starting at Bergen Hot Springs. I'm as a 55 monk. This one's really well known back about 10, 12 years ago when it was only prophecies. It was really well known for farming bones and skeletons. So a lot of skeleton bows drop here, the dead bows. Anyway, I'm running 55 HP, the minus 50 Grim Cesta, and just a 20% enchanted sword or spear. Anything really works. I prefer sword. And then I'll be sure to put the build in description for what I'm using. It's very self-explanatory. Highly recommend running a divine for casting divine headpiece when casting your blessed aura, and then go back to smiting once you have your blessed aura maintained. I'm doing this in hard mode. I have not completed Gate of Kryta, so I will have a spawn of quests that comes ahead, which don't worry about. Just ignore the NPCs, just act like it's not there. For the ones that will be trying this out, you most likely won't have the same aggro NPCs that I have ahead. So it's really this simple for the first group. If you want, you're welcome to just cycle and literally do the first group farm and then reload. First group farm reload. I wouldn't recommend that, depending on the spawns. Sometimes you'll have a spawn of 5 to 6 rangers over here, and then another spawn of 3 to 4 rangers over there. So just in that, I haven't got any golds, but so far I got just the one dead bow and decoy or emblems. Usually the decor emblems you can keep for a collector during Christmas or Halloween, and you can turn those in, or you can just savage them as you wish or merch. So I like to kill the grasping gals only when there's at least 6 to 8 of them, just because they're annoying and their drop rate's low. So I'll just go ahead and skip through these. I'll continue to move since I am crippled. But usually I don't like killing the grasping goals since they don't really benefit much as far as drop rate. Plus, you want to make sure your energy maintained well, so you got to have at least 6 enemies on you to maintain good energy. So let's go ahead and pull this next group. So this is considered a skeleton farm, mainly for the bones, but in general, you really are killing more than just skeletons, but it's considered a skeleton farm just because that's what's the normal enemies to drop the bones. So you're going to have to deal with some of these spawns as well. Notice all I'm doing is maintaining my prot spirit and my mystic regen to kill them. And then there's my NPC that's annoying, causing aggro, which it's okay. He dies in seconds and respawns over and over. So being that the new Guild Wars update that they set a couple years ago, just because of the aggro range, so they do run away once they get to a certain health, and then they reappear. I usually don't like killing all these unless there's mass groups of them, which some spawns are better than others. So there's a few rangers back there that I could pull, but I'd rather not. I like to get the main ranger groups up ahead that are always guaranteed to spawn. Last run I did, there was groups of rangers right here as well. So it's all about the spawns. Some spawns will be more rangers than others. It's a 3 to 5 minute farm per run, or longer depending on how far over you go. But you cleared all of the rangers in this area as well as up here. And you're welcome to go farther in. Just make sure you don't aggro the monks. If you're aggroing the monks is when you become an issue because the monks heal and you don't want them to have any healing. If there's healing, then you will never kill them as the solo SO Shield of Judgment SOJ 55 monk. Your goal is to solo farm this. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull in some more rangers. And the farm is literally this simple. You continue to maintain Prot Spirit. 16 smiting recommended. And go ahead and pull aggro. Do not aggro the group down there because if you hold control alt, notice I have monks I see down there. We do not want those monks in range to aggro. So you want to back up a little bit. As you get more enemies, you are more vulnerable to die, but you're also more vulnerable to farm more drops. You can pop a bow real quick just for this pull if you don't feel like walking, and then go back to the 55 health. There we go. Now we have everything on me. See how it's a little slow for the farm because they continue to run back, but once they get their speed going and they continue attacking you, and they die. Your Shield of Judgment's only about 3/4 of the time you'll be using it. So yours going to be, there's like it says it is a recharge time of 45 seconds between your blessed aura at 27 to 30%, depending on what your stats are, and your 20%. Your shield of judgment will give you a 12 to 15 second slide reduction of how long it lasts. It can't be permanent without full pecons, and you would have another buff. And there's no reason to run all those buffs. This is supposed to be a profitable farm, so you want to ensure that you're not using any pecons. And notice that I don't have any pecons in this run. So there's a mesmer that caused aggro here. I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm talking too much. So don't expect that to happen when you're farming. Since there is a mesmer, you don't want the mesmers on you. So in this video, it's good to show, hey, this is not expected to do. So do not aggro the mesmers. The mesmers can pretty much crush you in seconds if you're not careful with the degen. Plus the monks are healing. Usually if there's a mesmer, there's most likely a monk with them. And notice that the monks, they can die, but they heal and it makes it slower. So you don't kill as fast. It's possible to do, but it's slower. I'm not worried about the drops. This is more to show you guys, but this is literally the farm. During the Halloween's a good time to do this as well, or Christmas, because you're able to turn in these decayed ore emblems to collectors for event items. Anyway, feel free to let me know if you'll have any questions regarding this farm. We are at 5 minutes in. I have been a little slow paced, trying to give you discussions and a commentary on how this works and what's the purpose behind it. But the ultimate goal is you get a lot of max if you're doing this in hard mode. You can do normal mode too, but hard mode recommended. You get a lot of max golds, especially the bows that I mentioned, the dead bows. A lot of old schools mainly because it's prophecies for golds, and then you also get a lot of bones, and you get a lot of decay ores you can transfer into the event items later or savage, and plenty of white items. So every run you're able to merge. So I'd say you can make a good 20 to 30k platinum an hour doing this if you're lucky, depending on the speed. So I'm just sitting here discussing things, but notice how slow it is with a monk healing continuously. But that's the gist of it. Ignore me, act like I didn't aggro that group, and then there's another group over here you're able to spike and kill if you wish. I only recommend killing like the first three party areas and then rezone just because it's faster paced. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy. Good luck with your farms.